Remember back in the day how you had to actually like code instead of how it is now where people just vibe code? Remember how that was like? New people don't even, there's so many new developers now, quote unquote developers, or really just vibe code. Don't know the man code. You imagine sitting down on your lap, writing lines of code, nothing backing you, nothing generating it from you. You actually have to generate it from your mind. I remember that back when I learned like web development 2020, like, you actually had to write the damn line. I remember I would spend like hours referencing the documentation, actually looking like the documentation for references for everything. I didn't have a chat GPT to just ask and it just spits out the code, right? You know, and it was actually really rewarding technically when you actually wrote line code. It was rewarding seeing the size of the repo and knowing that, yo, like, other than autocomplete, not even auto, I actually wrote all those. Sometimes, okay, fine, I used to copy, I won't lie, I used to copy like some like actual snippets of code. Like when I say snippets, I'm like a really small snippets, a line, right? But you actually had to use your brain. Versus today where you just vibe coding like I am now. I'm barely even touching the keyboard, right? I'm not even typing like I remember like I used to have this little test, like these little websites where they do a speed test or like a keyboard speed test where you have to type, right? I remember I used to do that all the time just to just as a morning exercise. And I like lately I thought of it, oh, when was the last time I ever did that one? And I couldn't even, I just opened it up today, monkeytype.com, and my score is like 40 words per minute or something like that. Pretty low, very low. Whereas like in the past, I might have been able to do like 67 more, but now I'm like extremely slow because all I do is talk. Like at first, like when the AI thing, when I discovered vibe coding, I was actually typing, but then the minute they came out with the little voice button, the voice input button, I gave it up. I just talk to it. Occasionally, like I think 95% of the time I use voice input, but then 5% of the time I actually type. It's actually crazy. And then people have the nerve to like say, "Oh, vibe coding is not going to replace software developers." Yeah, you're right. Not right now. It isn't. Only because I imagine people at big companies, obviously the big company can't just vibe code every ginormous company. They have a huge code base. I'm assuming because of that, they have to take extra precautions. And also you're getting a salary. That's another reason. Like nobody could, like some people probably want to say they vibe code stuff, but you're not really allowed to say it because like a salary, The only people that are truly open and saying that, yo, I just vibe code anymore. It's people who do like their own SaaSes and what, or like startup, like they actually just boom, they're just honest. They vibe straight up, cloud code, they use cursor, whatever. But it's, for some reason, people at big companies like they have this thing they want to downplay vibe code, and I just assumed it was because of that. I just thought, okay, well, they don't want to get fired. Number one, number two, maybe they don't really vibe code, or you can't because it's a ginormous repo. You should pinpoint. Then again, the AI could do that. The AI could look at their code base and still vibe. So I don't know. Maybe these guys are not even allowed to say. I don't know. I mean, I think Stack Overflow, they did a survey on uses AI tools in their workflow. I think over 70% of the people, 85% were saying they use AI. So how are you going to tell me you use AI tools but you don't vibe code? What's the difference? Like I know, like actually, I mean, I know there's a slight technical difference, but at the end of the day, it's just AI generated code. What difference is it? Vibe code your entire work, or you like use a specific AI? Let's say you Microsoft Copilot, and it just auto completes code. Isn't that the same thing? What's the difference? In my mind, if you're using AI tools, period, if you're using LLMs in some form or fashion, you're vibe. Maybe I'm just too stupid to understand it. Yeah, I'm not gonna act the smartest person. Yeah, I remember like when I used to like code before I like got like I looked at my my Git history at that. I'm looking at it. I had like quite a bit of contributions. Like I had, year 2021, I had 79. Like okay. Granted, I was using different accounts, but like you get the point. Now, if I go to my other contributions on like other accounts, like I'm just showing you, there's another account. There's a fresh account. I just started using this GitHub. I started using it like maybe even 3 months ago. No, look, it shows you right here. I started using it in June, and we're in August right now. June, like halfway through June to August 19, right? And I already have like 454 contributions so far on a fresh new. If I go to my other account, I found my old account. Holy shit! Look at this. I found my old account. This year, top of the year, I guess. What? Top of the year? Okay, this year I didn't at all. 2025, I had 1,109 contributions in 2025. That was fully like that was 100% vibe coding. I didn't write, I swear to God, I didn't write one line other than the readme file. I changed some lines, but I didn't really write one line of code throughout that entire year. But yeah, look, if I look at 2024, I didn't really AI. I just discovered like AI tools and like LLMs. Like I feel like I really discovered them at the top of 2025. I wasn't really using it in 2024 for whatever reason. Or 20. So yeah, just look. 1 year vibe coding, 1,100 contribution. If you want to analyze how many lines of, like, if you really look at how many lines of code that was, holy shit, like probably tens of thousands, if not hundreds, tens of thousands of lines of code throughout that year alone. Maybe even hundreds, you could say. Dare I say, because I tore a lot of stuff down to build some stuff up, whatever. Yeah, compare that to like the old me when I was like manually coding, absolutely terrible. But that's still impressive. Look, like I had 109, 100, 1,000, over 1,000 contributions, and I was vibe coding, and I had 300 contributions at my best, and I was manually coding. So it was pretty impressive back. Anyway, I'm just yapping. Pretty sure the future is not going to be vibe coding. It's just going to be completely like AI coding. Like the AI is just going to take over the whole thing. Nobody's even going to be vibe coding. Everything's going to be automated. The AI is going to run it. Yeah, we're all cooked. In the long run, everybody's cooked. Like everybody and everybody.